Hi, and thanks for joining us today. We're hoping that this three-part video series really serves to answer many of the questions that a new person who's interested in essential oils might have. Number one, why would I want to use essential oils? Number two, how do I safely use essential oils? And number three, where do I get good quality essential oils? This is video one of the three-part series. If you haven't met me before, my name is Sherry Ricciardi, and I am a Young Living Gold Leader and have been oiling with my family for more than 5 years. One of the first things that we like people to know when they are new to oils is to really uncover what is it that they are hoping to serve by learning about oils. In other words, how can oils serve you? Many people understand that oils might smell great, but they don't understand that the proper grade of essential oil can not only support you emotionally, but it can support you physically and offer things to your environment that are actually much healthier for you than some of the things that are there. Everyone has their personal why they're interested in learning about it, something going on with them, something going on within their family. I know for me personally, when I started researching the potential that oils could do for my family more than 5 years ago, it was to support our teenage children emotionally through some things that they had going on in their lives at that time. And that process and that journey has led me to uncover and to discover things that I never imagined could potentially be true. So here's some very important information I like everyone to understand before you ever purchase your very first bottle of oil. Okay, ready? Here we go. In this country, under FDA guidelines, there are actually 4 different grades of essential oils that are acceptable to be sold. This was something that I definitely didn't know in the beginning, and I think it's one of the most important things that a brand new potential oil user should know. And here's why. The only oils that are truly safe for you, that can support you emotionally, that can support physical things that you have going on, and are safe to use in any of the methods in which oils can be used, is a grade A pure oil. The problem is that also under FDA protocol, the labels on these oils can say pretty much anything. So first, let's talk about the 4 grades of oils you might find. Grade A, that's what we're after. We want that pure, organic, nothing but plant material in the bottle, and we want to know that it's been safely and sustainably sourced, grown, distilled, and harvested. And that's very important. And one of the only ways that you can know that is to know the practices and the protocols of the company and the farming that is done in the process of procuring that oil, okay? And certainly all of that is not available on the label. Grade B oil started off as grade A. It started off as something really great, but what some essential oil companies will do in order to get a greater profit is potentially dilute that oil down, add synthetic preservatives, synthetic scent, artificial fragrance to it, which again is not only harmful, we're going to talk about that in just a minute, but defeats the point of you finding a more natural solution. Grade C oils are completely lab created. They are completely synthetically derived. They are what I call Bath and Body Works oils. They are the things that scent your perfumes, your candles, those really overpowering personal care products. It's the smell of the mall when you walk down the mall hallway and get overpowered with that smell, which many people report makes them feel sick or gives them a headache, and with good reason. Those are completely synthetic substances, not something appropriate for our human body to be taking in any form. Nonetheless, through it, smelling it and having it enter our body in that way. Grade D is not an oil at all. It's actually a byproduct of steam distillation, and it's called floral water. And maybe your grandmother once upon a time had rose water that sat on her bedroom dresser. That's an example of what floral water is. Not an oil at all, but under FDA classification, still considered that way. Okay, so now we know that the only oil that we want is a grade A oil. But again, that labeling starts to get and becomes an issue, because essential oils in this country fall under the heading of health and beauty. And as a health and beauty product, it means they need no prior testing, no prior vetting. The label can say pretty much anything, including some ambiguous ways of hiding ingredients, right? You guys have all heard about this. You've seen the broadcasts and the newscasts and the social media posts. And if you haven't, I'm going to give you a little bit of education on that in just a minute. So if that's the case, how do you truly know what kind of oil you're getting? It means that you need to take the time to research. It means that you need to take the time to call the oil company that you are hoping to purchase an oil from and ask them some very specific questions. You know, where are the farms? Do you own the farms? Could I come and tour the farms? Are your farms global? Because some of these plants only grow in very specific climates. If those customer service people cannot answer those questions for you and supply you with a detailed list of ingredients, I would not deem that product safe for you to bring into your home and use with your family. It is for that reason, 5 years ago, that I personally chose Young Living, okay? Because Young Living met all of those criteria, and their seed to seal guarantee. Basically, in Young Living, we do the entire process from planting the seed to growing the plant to harvesting the plant, distilling the oil, bottling, and sealing. That's seed to seal, and that's what Young Living is famous for. So I encourage you to do your research and make sure before you bring an oil home into your family that it meets some pretty stringent criteria. Now let's talk about this health and beauty thing, because one of the main reasons that you should be using more natural products, including essential oils and plant-based products, is because of the extreme list of additives and ingredients that are harmful to us that are allowed in this country. Europe, Canada, many other countries around the globe have far more stringent regulations on the number of chemicals, the testing that must be done, and many places ban many of the ingredients that are in our personal care products, our household cleaners, our shampoos, our body washes. The US is really one of the only places that sort of allows those harmful additives to be found in our personal care products. And that's where our education system from our member group becomes really important in helping you learn how to dissect those labels. So I'm going to give you a little bit of homework as we complete the beginning of video 1 here. This image can be found by Googling it, okay? Or if you prefer DuckDuckGo, which is one of the search engines that I really like. And it's basically considered the 12 toxic ingredients, or the dirty dozen of chemicals, okay? There are far more than 12, but these are the ones that are most prevalently are found in your personal care products. And just as an example, I'll read you some of them. Sodium lauryl sulfate, which is a surfactant. It basically is what makes everything foam. The problem is that it can cause a lot of harmful adverse reactions in our body. In fact, many of these can. Things like known carcinogenic or cancer-causing ingredients, things that can affect our endocrine system, things that can disrupt our hormone system, all things that are incredibly important and things we want to be very careful of, especially in terms of our children. Dioxin, parabens, PEGs, phthalates. I want you to do a little research in your own medicine cabinet right now, or your linen closet in your bathroom. Pull out your bottles of shampoo, your body wash, your toothpaste, right? Because guess what? There's harmful ingredients in your hand soap, in the things that you clean your home with, in your toothpaste. and give yourself a look and compare them to the chemicals that are found on the Dirty Dozen list. Many of those same products can be replaced with a better quality product, which is one of the reasons why I love Young Living, or by creating our own using excellent grade essential oils very easily. Stay tuned for video 2.